Meanwhile, Code 5, also known as Oji, talks with Heike. During their conversation, Oji starts to doubt Heike, thinking he might have helped Hitomi with his plans. It turns out that she's right about him, and Heike is actually a bloody traitor siding with Hitomi. Sensing that Oji is about to reveal his intentions about Hitomi, Heike becomes cautious. Suddenly, Heike surprises Oji by attacking her, catching her completely off guard. What Heike doesn't know is that Yuki, who has turned into a cat, is watching everything silently. After the attack, Heike approaches Sakura and tells her that Ogami has asked to see her. She goes with him, but only a few moments later she realizes that Heike has brought her to Hitomi, and Heike then reveals the fact that he isn't an ally. However, Heike's true intentions and the purpose of this meeting with Hitomi still remain unclear, leaving Sakura in a helpless and confused state. Elsewhere, Ogami is still on the streets, tirelessly searching for clues about Hitomi when he gets a call from Miss Konda. She tells him about an explosion that has happened at a certain location, and suspects that Hitomi might be involved. The blast has injured 24 people, and the incident is all over the news. Meanwhile, at the secret place where Sakura and the Prime Minister are being held, Hitomi talks to Sakura. He reassures her that he has no plans to hurt her, and explains that he kidnapped her just to keep her out of his way. Hitomi also reveals that Ogami was transferred to her school under orders from higher authorities to keep an eye on her. He presents this as a way to protect both the code breakers and serve a bigger purpose. The scene shifts to Miss Konda driving her car and thinking deeply about Hitomi's actions and the kindness she had witnessed from him in the past. She finds it hard to understand how someone so kind could have done what he did, and she is convinced there must be a serious reason behind his behavior. While she drives, she receives an anonymous message on her phone about Hitomi's location, which adds to the urgency of the situation. Meanwhile, Heike confronts Hitomi about the explosion, asking if it was part of a bigger plan. Hitomi explains that just because he has Sakura doesn't mean he fully trusts her. He then questions Heike on how he found him so quickly, implying that Heike might have been monitoring him from the start. To show his sincerity, Heike reveals that he has already dealt with Oji. Meanwhile, Sakura's parents become more worried when she doesn't return home, leading them to contact Ogami. To ease their worries, he assures them that he knows where Sakura is and has a plan to bring her back safely. But the urgency in his actions is clear as he quickly heads to the place where he believes Sakura is. As Ogami races to the location, he receives troubling news from Yuki and Toki about Heike's nasty betrayal. Determined to face this new threat, Miss Konda and Ogami track Heike to where Hitomi is. When they arrive, they find Heike, and the situation quickly escalates into a fierce battle. Heike shows incredible strength, easily overpowering both Toki and Ogami. Amidst the intense fight, Ogami finds a way upstairs to where Hitomi, Miss Konda, and Sakura are. But what awaited Ogami was a shocking twist. Hitomi had succeeded in turning Miss Konda against him, and she had been ordered to shoot herself with just one bullet left. In a tense and emotional moment, Hitomi tells Ogami that if he takes one of Miss Konda's bullets and dies, it would spare Miss Konda from a terrible fate. Miss Konda, under Hitomi's control, begins shooting at Ogami as he gets closer, planning to end her life before the bullets run out. As the tension rises, Sakura, who is tied up, can't stand to watch Ogami kill Miss Konda. In a brave and selfless move, she pushes Miss Konda out of the way, saving her from the fatal shot. With the situation at a breaking point, everyone confronts Hitomi, questioning why he's acting so differently. Hitomi points to the stopped clocks on the wall, explaining that every time a code breaker dies, the clocks stop working. He then reveals that his bombings are meant to create chaos and unrest, forcing people to look for someone to blame for the devastation. He hopes that people will start seeing the code breakers as their saviors, turning them into the heroes they were meant to be instead of letting them fade into oblivion. Hitomi explains that his plan is to make the code breakers champions of justice, allowing them to fight evil openly, and become symbols of hope for the people. However, Ogami is not convinced, viewing the plan as flawed and morally wrong. Their disagreement leads to a fierce battle as they struggle with their different visions for the future. The situation takes an unexpected twist when Code Zero Yukihina sides with Hitomi and joins the conflict. Yukihina then reveals a serious truth, informing them that there is a bomb in the building, and that he and the Prime Minister have already left. Determined to stop them from harming the Prime Minister, Sakura instinctively decides to follow Hitomi and Yukihina. The scene then goes into a flashback. At 16, Hitomi is chosen by the Eden Supreme Council to become Codebreaker 6. With incredible powers, he takes on many missions, saving lives and defeating numerous villains. His impressive deeds earn him the respect of the Eden Supreme Council, and he quickly rises through their ranks. At 20, Hitomi suffers a heartbreaking loss when Haruya, a fellow Codebreaker known as Code 5, dies. This tragedy fills him with anger and a strong desire for change, which leads to his promotion to Code 5, increasing his power and influence. As he continues to move up the ranks, Hitomi becomes Code 3 at the age of 26. During this time, he embarks on a mission that would change his life forever. In a shocking and tragic turn of events, he witnesses the deaths of Code 1 and several other Codebreakers right in front of him. However, when Hitomi returns to the Eden Council, he is faced with a harsh reality. Instead of showing any regret or recognition for the fallen Codebreakers, the Council remains cold and indifferent. Their main concern is achieving their goals and quickly replacing the lost Codebreakers, putting their mission above everything else. Hitomi then reveals that Code 5 had the rare ability to control water, making her a powerful ally. However, to their shock, they learn that she tragically died because of water. Hitomi looks into whether the agency has any information about her death, as Hitomi strongly believes she wasn't killed by outside enemies. After the death of Code 1, Hitomi realizes he has now become Code 1 and is given the title of Ace. From that moment on, Hitomi makes a serious promise to himself. As Ace, he is resolute in his mission to stop any more Codebreakers from dying while he's in charge. He feels it is his duty to protect and look after his fellow Codebreakers, fully committed to keeping them safe from harm. In his role as Ace, Hitomi stands as a strong and reliable leader among the Codebreakers, taking on the important task of ensuring their safety. He serves as a guiding light within the group, always stressing the importance of safeguarding their comrades and preventing any more heartbreaking losses. During his discussions with Ogami while leading the Codebreakers, Hitomi shares the deep convictions that inspired him to join their ranks. He explains that his natural instincts drive him to defend the vulnerable and uphold the nation's laws, which are often overlooked. Hitomi tells Ogami that he will continue to fight for the weak and helpless until his very last breath. He is deeply convinced that the special abilities they possess were given to them to help and protect those who cannot protect themselves. He reassures Ogami, saying that even if he dies, Ogami should not worry about him because he will always live on in his heart. In response, Ogami warns Hitomi that the man who nearly destroyed all the Codebreakers once before will return. He urges Hitomi to gather the Codebreakers so they can all face this threat together and take the man down. After a fierce battle, Hitomi manages to control the man's powers, forcing him to turn his own ability against himself, leading to the man's death. As Hitomi looks at the gathered Codebreakers, he feels a deep sense of resolve. He thinks to himself he's probably found the team that wouldn't let any more Codebreakers die in vain. With time, Hitomi continues to delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding the Codebreakers and the tragic end that many of them meet. As he digs into these secrets, he uncovers a disturbing truth. The more often a Codebreaker uses their unique ability, the higher the chance that they will lose their sense of self. Over time, this loss builds up until it ultimately leads to their death, a tragic fate that is called the Code End. When Hitomi discovers this grim reality, he is filled with anger, questioning why the Eden Council would keep such crucial information hidden from them. His resolve to protect the lives of the Codebreakers, especially the young and vulnerable ones, becomes even stronger. Driven by this newfound determination, Hitomi decides to confront the Prime Minister face to face, demanding answers and justice not only for the children but also for all the Codebreakers. The scene then returns to the present where Hitomi takes the Prime Minister to a high point, towering over the city, and from this commanding position, he addresses the entire nation through a live broadcast. Hitomi reveals that he has placed numerous bombs throughout the country, putting the lives of about 50,000 citizens, including the Prime Minister, in grave danger. He warns that there is no way to escape this dire situation, casting a shadow of fear across the nation. The mission has reached a critical point, and Hitomi has set a tight 1-hour deadline for its success. However, with just 46 minutes left, the first bombs planted by Hitomi explode, causing many casualties among Japan's citizens. The gravity of the situation becomes even clearer. Yuki, Toki, and Ogami, the remaining Codebreakers, unite to tackle the formidable task of finding and defusing the remaining bombs scattered across Japan. Yuki uses his special ability to manipulate sound, helping them identify possible bomb locations. It quickly becomes apparent that Hitomi has hidden an overwhelming number of bombs throughout the country, presenting a significant challenge for the code breakers. With around 1,500 bombs still unaccounted for and time running out, the situation grows more desperate. Meanwhile, Sakura's father, worried sick to find his daughter, has enlisted the help of several technicians to trace her whereabouts. Their efforts lead them to a high tower where Sakura is being held. However, they soon realize that there is also a bomb at Sakura's location, making any rescue attempts extremely dangerous, and adding another layer of difficulty to reaching her safely. When Yuki witnesses the heartbreaking aftermath of the bomb explosions, he is determined to take immediate action. He directs Toki and Miss Konda to go together to the Sky Towers, where they can offer help to those in need. Meanwhile, Yuki takes it upon himself to deal with the bombs scattered across the country, driven by a strong resolve to prevent any more innocent lives from being lost. As they arrive at the Sky Tower, both Hitomi and Heike are shocked to discover that Ogami has already made his way into the building. Yuki expresses his intention to stop Ogami, but Hitomi is firm in his decision to face Ogami on his own, eager to test the extent of his power.